The stage is set for the 2025 Breeders' Cup Mile November 1st at Del Mar, California. A 1-mile turf showdown with a $2 million purse, open to the best 3-year-olds and older from around the globe. This renewal promises a clash of racing's finest. Japan's veteran Soul Rush spearheads the global apex tier with sustained G1 dominance, while Deterministic and Program Trading lead the domestic elite on American soil. Adding to the intrigue is Formidable Man, Del Mar's homegrown specialist whose local mastery could tilt the balance against deeper pedigrees. The question is, who will thrive under the lights at Del Mar and etch their name into Breeders' Cup history? Let's dive into the top 15 contenders. At number 1, Soul Rush stands as one of the most accomplished veterans entering the 2025 Breeders' Cup Mile. A 7-year-old bay stallion whose career has been nothing short of extraordinary. Foaled in Japan, he is by the proven sire Rulership and out of Eternal Bouquet, a daughter of Manhattan Cafe, a lineage that firmly anchors him in the heart of Japanese turf excellence. His pedigree provides a deep reservoir of stamina and class, crucial for thriving in competitive mile contests on the global stage, with a stellar career record of 26 starts, registering 9 wins, 4 seconds, and 4 thirds. Soul Rush has amassed earnings exceeding $8.7 million, placing him among the highest earners following up on his crowning achievement in the 2024 Mile Championship at Kyoto. His dominance has been consistent across continents, underlined by a JRA award for Best Sprinter or Miler in 2024. Recent performances only add to his allure, finishing 3rd in the Yasuda Kinen G1 in June and placing 2nd in the Hong Kong Mile in December 2024, reaffirming his position among the elite. His ability to adapt across different courses, climates, and racing environments underscores a rare versatility that few can match. Entering the Breeders' Cup Mile, Soul Rush brings an intimidating mix of battle-tested toughness, proven global success, and a reputation for delivering in the biggest races. Coming in at number 2, Rosallion arrives at the 2025 Breeders' Cup Mile as one of Europe's brightest lights. A 4-year-old bay colt bred and owned by Sheikh Mohammed Obeid Al Maktoum. His pedigree alone commands attention, being sired by champion sprinter Blue Point and out of Rosallion, a mare by New Approach, blending raw speed with a touch of middle-distance stamina. With 12 career starts producing 5 wins, 4 seconds, and 2 thirds, Rosallion boasts a win rate of nearly 42% and career earnings of more than $2 million. An impressive tally for a horse still early in his career compared to older international rivals. His resume features 3 coveted Group 1 victories: the 2023 Prix Jean-Luc Lagardère in France, the 2024 Irish 2000 Guineas, and the 2024 St. James's Palace Stakes at Royal Ascot, establishing him as one of the most versatile and resilient European milers of his generation. Though winless in 5 2025 starts, Rosallion has hardly lost credibility. Instead, his consistent placings, including runner-up finishes in the Queen Anne Stakes at Ascot and a strong 3rd in the Boyle Sports Lockinge Stakes at Newbury, highlight his ability to hold his own against the best. Historical form patterns suggest horses who consistently place in top-level European miles often peak when shipping abroad for the Breeders' Cup. That potential bounce-back factor makes him particularly dangerous on American soil, where tactical racing and strong late drives often play into his strengths. Rosallion carries the European flag with pride, and his blend of stamina, consistency, and untapped upside makes him a serious threat. And at number 3, Deterministic, a dark bay colt bred in Kentucky with a pedigree that merges speed and tactical versatility. He is by Liam's Map, a sire noted for speed influence, and out of Julio's Jewel, a Speightstown mare whose family traces to Amelia, a broodmare responsible for producing multiple turf stakes winners. That background gives Deterministic an intriguing blend of dirt-oriented speed and turf adaptability, a mix that has translated into impressive race day results. His record speaks volumes, 13 starts producing 7 victories, 3 seconds, and a third, for a sparkling 53.8% win rate and nearly $2 million in prize money. While he has been competitive throughout his career, his 2025 campaign elevated him to elite status. In June, he announced himself as a turf star with a commanding win in the Manhattan Stakes G1 at Saratoga over 1.25 miles, showcasing stamina and tactical patience. 2 months later, he cut back to a mile and captured the FanDuel 4-star Dave handicap at the same track, proving his adaptability to different race dynamics while earning a sharp 120 ESF speed figure. That ability to shift gears from longer distances to the mile with equal effectiveness gives him a unique advantage heading into the Breeders' Cup. Unlike many U.S. turf runners, Deterministic has shown he can ship and adapt across courses, further strengthening his candidacy. At number 4, Field of Gold enters the 2025 Breeders' Cup Mile as one of Europe's most electrifying 3-year-olds, carrying the Juddmonte Silks with the weight of expectation. A striking grey colt, bred in Ireland, he is by the champion miler Kingman out of Princess de Lune, a mare by Chamardal, fusing speed and stamina in a pedigree designed for mile excellence. His career trajectory has been meteoric, approximately 7 career starts with 5 victories, including signature wins that mark him as the season's standout sophomore. With an exceptional 71.4% strike rate and a time-form rating of 124p by mid-2025, he has quickly established himself among the elite. Field of Gold's campaign reads like a classic fairy tale for a rising star. 3rd on debut, 2nd in the English 2000 Guineas, and then unleashing a string of victories that included the Irish 2000 Guineas and the prestigious St. James's Palace Stakes at Royal Ascot. His performance at Ascot, where he reversed the tables on his Guineas conqueror Henri Matisse, displayed both tactical brilliance and devastating acceleration, qualities essential for a Breeders' Cup Mile contender. The Grey Colt also captured the Grade 3 Craven Stakes earlier in the season, stamping himself as a dominant force. As a 3-year-old, Field of Gold brings a vital weight allowance against older rivals, a historical advantage often decisive in championship races. His ability to settle, quicken, and unleash a decisive burst in the final furlong makes him ideally suited for the high-pressure, tactical environment of the Breeders' Cup Mile. With Juddmonte's global racing empire behind him and a profile that combines raw talent with proven class, Field of Gold shapes up as not just a contender, but a potential history maker. At number 5, Program Trading. May have been bred in Great Britain, but he has quickly become one of the most formidable turf specialists in the United States. A bay colt foaled in 2020, he is sired by Lope de Vega and Out of Dreamlike, a mare by Oasis Dream, making him a product of elite European bloodlines tailored for speed and balance at a mile. Trained by Chad Brown and owned by Klarovich Stables, this colt carries the hallmark of a proven partnership that has produced multiple turf champions. His career record is remarkably efficient. 9 starts with 5 wins and 3 seconds, earning more than $1.53 million while maintaining a win rate well above 55%. As a 3-year-old, he announced his class with major Grade 1 victories in the 2023 Saratoga Derby and the 2023 Hollywood Derby, before solidifying his reputation with a dominant score in the 2024 Turf Classic at Churchill Downs. His 2025 season has continued at a high level, including a runner-up effort in the Coolmore Turf Mile at Keeneland behind Rhetorical. While some might view a second-place finish as a blemish, history shows that horses hitting the board in their final prep often peak on Breeders' Cup Day, making this outcome strategically favorable. Adding depth to his profile, Program Trading's pedigree carries a rare historical connection. His third Dan is a full sister to Barathea, the legendary 1994 Breeders' Cup Mile winner. That family link reinforces his natural aptitude for the race's specific distance and pace dynamics. His consistency, tactical speed, and proven record over firm American turf make him a dangerous domestic contender. At number 6, bringing Royal Godolphin Blue to the lineup is the world-class Notable Speech. This 4-year-old chestnut colt carries an elite pedigree, being by the extraordinary Dubawi and Out of Swift Rose, a mare by Invincible Spirit, a sire synonymous with brilliance and raw speed. That bloodline is a perfect recipe for mile domination, and Notable Speech has justified the expectations with 13 starts, producing 5 wins, alongside multiple elite-level placings. For a career win rate of 38.5%, his resume sparkles with Group 1 victories, including the 2024 English 2000 Guineas at Newmarket, where he defeated Rosallion, and the 2024 Sussex Stakes at Goodwood. In 2025, he traveled to North America and captured the Woodbine Mile, displaying both versatility and international class. While his campaign has had its share of near misses, including a 2nd in the 2025 Prix Jacques Lemarrois, behind Diego Velazquez, a 4th in the Queen Anne Stakes, and 4th in the Lockinge Stakes, he has consistently competed at the very top level. Crucially, he has Breeders' Cup experience, finishing 3rd in the 2024 Breeders' Cup Mile at Del Mar behind More Than Looks and Johannes. a performance that provided invaluable familiarity with the unique pressures of the race. His ability to ship, acclimate, and deliver in elite mile contests across multiple countries underlines his versatility. Notable speech thrives on tactical races where acceleration at the right moment makes the difference, and his Dubawi engine ensures he rarely runs a poor race. With Charlie Appleby orchestrating his campaign and William Buick often in the irons, he brings one of the most trusted international partnerships in modern turf racing. At number 7, Henri Matisse, one of the most exciting sophomores in the world, representing Coolmore and the masterful training of Aidan O'Brien. By Wooten Bassett, a sire who continues to produce high-class milers, this colt has already carved out an elite resume that positions him as a genuine threat on championship day. His juvenile season in 2024 was a breakout campaign, highlighted by consecutive victories at the Curragh, where he captured the Group 2 Railway Stakes and Futurity Stakes. He capped off the year with a triumph in the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf, announcing himself on the global stage. As a 3-year-old, Henri Matisse took another leap forward. His crowning achievement came in the 2025 Pole d'Essai de Poulain French 2000 Guineas, G1, where he not only secured classic glory, but broke the existing course record in a devastating performance, defeating fellow mile contender Jonquil, while narrowly beaten by Field of Gold in the St. James's Palace Stakes at Royal Ascot. That runner-up finish came against the season's leading sophomore miler, underscoring his consistency at the very top. His subsequent third in the Sussex Stakes and competitive effort in the Prix du Moulin add further depth to his profile. With a career record of 11 starts, 6 wins, 2 seconds, and over $1.6 million in earnings, Henri Matisse brings proven Group 1 form, tactical speed, and the significant advantage of the 3-year-old weight allowance. At number 8, Formidable Man brings a bold domestic challenge into the 2025 Breeders' Cup Mile, representing the emerging class of US-bred turf performers. Foaled in 2021, this bay colt is by City of Light himself, a multiple Grade 1 dirt star, and out of Fanticola, a silent name mare whose lineage injects valuable turf influence. That unique blend has translated into a colt of exceptional versatility and consistency. With a career record of 15 starts, 8 wins, 2 seconds, and earnings exceeding $1.1 million, his rise has been defined by toughness and adaptability. After cutting his teeth in allowance company, he announced himself as a legitimate force with victories in the 2024 Del Mar Derby G2 and Hollywood Derby. His 2025 season began with a statement win in the Frank E. Kilroe Mile at Santa Anita, followed by another strong showing in the Del Mar Summer Meet, where he captured both the Eddie Reed G2 and Del Mar Mile G2 in convincing style. Even his defeats have been competitive 4th in the Shoemaker Mile and 12th in the Pegasus World Cup Turf, where trip issues and traffic compromised his run. His recent graded stakes scores, however, highlight his ability to sustain high-level performances, particularly over the firm turf conditions expected at Del Mar for the Breeders' Cup. What makes Formidable Man especially dangerous is his tactical speed and finishing punch, traits that have allowed him to repeatedly repel seasoned older rivals. A true late bloomer, he has developed into a powerhouse at the mile distance, showing speed figures north of 120 in multiple starts. Representing the strength of the American Turf Division, Formidable Man embodies the fighting spirit required to take on the world's best milers. At number 9, Diego Velazquez stands as one of Coolmore's most blue-blooded contenders. A 4-year-old bay colt by the undefeated Frankel, and out of Sweepstake, a stakes-winning mare by acclamation. His lineage screams class and versatility. Adding to his genetic appeal, he is a half-brother to Broom, a Group 1 winning globetrotter, and was purchased for a staggering 2.4 million guineas as a yearling. On the racetrack, Diego Velazquez has more than lived up to expectations, compiling 12 starts with 6 wins, giving him a sharp 50% strike rate and earnings exceeding £747,000. His group victories span multiple seasons, beginning with the 2023 Champions Juvenile Stakes, followed by the Meld Stakes, Solonaway Stakes, and the Minstrel Stakes. His crowning moment came in the 2025 Prix Jacques Lemarrois, where he toppled a deep field of Europe's best milers in commanding style. Despite his lofty credentials, his North American debut in the Coolmore Turf Mile at Keeneland proved disappointing, finishing 5th. Yet, seasoned observers recognize that first-time European shippers often need a prep to adjust to American conditions. Firm ground, tighter turns and travel stress. Historically, elite O'Brien-trained horses have rebounded from such efforts to peak in the Breeders' Cup itself. Diego Velazquez's ability to unleash a devastating turn of foot when conditions suit makes him a serious wildcard, particularly if he improves off that Keeneland trial. With the blood of Frankel coursing through his veins, a career of consistent group-level excellence, and the confidence of Ballydoyle connections, he remains a major player. At number 10, we spotlight Epic Ride, a versatile 4-year-old gelding whose career has been defined by consistency, resilience, and an ability to adapt across different surfaces. Bred in the United States, he carries a pedigree rich in stamina and turf quality, being sired by Blame, the Breeders' Cup Classic hero, and Out of Pick a Time, a mare by turf star Gio Ponti. That blend of influences has translated into a horse capable of delivering strong efforts over dirt, turf, and synthetic, though his most compelling form has come on the grass. His career record of 17 starts, 5 wins, 5 seconds, and 2/3, alongside nearly $2 million in earnings, is a testament to both his durability and his class. The highlight of his 2025 season was his Grade 3 Mint Millions victory at Kentucky Downs, where he showcased an electric turn of foot against quality rivals, earning a lofty speed figure of 128. Earlier in the year, he displayed versatility with solid dirt efforts, finishing runner-up in the Grade 3 Maryland Sprint Stakes and showing he could hold his own against elite sprinters. His ability to switch back and forth between distances from 5 furlongs to a mile adds intrigue to his Breeders' Cup profile. Though his most recent run in the Coolmore Turf Mile saw him finish 8th against the likes of Rhetorical and Program Trading, the race highlighted just how competitive this year's mile field will be. Still, Epic Ride's back class, proven speed, and adaptability mark him as a potential upset candidate. At number 11, we introduce Jonquil, the impeccably bred 3-year-old colt campaigned by Juddmonte Farms, a name synonymous with turf mile excellence. Sired by Lope de Vega, a proven source of speed and stamina, and out of Jovial, a daughter of Dubawi, Jonquil boasts one of the most potent pedigrees in the field. With 8 starts, 3 wins, and a Group 2 victory to his name, he has already established himself as a rising force among the European milers. His 2025 Celebration Mile at Goodwood was a breakthrough performance, where he dispatched a talented group with authority, stamping himself as a serious contender on the international stage. Earlier in the year, he announced himself as a classic prospect, with a strong second-place finish behind Henri Matisse in the French 2000 Guineas, beating home several top rivals, including Camille Pissarro. Although he has had his ups and downs, such as finishing unplaced in the Commonwealth Cup G1 when stretched to 6 furlongs, his best form has consistently come at the mile. Jonquil's racing style is characterized by a smooth cruising speed paired with an effective late acceleration, making him a dangerous horse if he gets a clean run into the race. His connections have handled him carefully, placing him in races that build experience without overextending him too soon, which suggests they are priming him for a peak effort at the Breeders' Cup. His 4th-place finish in the Coolmore Turf Mile provided a valuable stateside prep, where he was right in the mix behind Rhetorical, Program Trading, and Brilliant Birdie. That experience against older American horses should serve him well as he heads into the mile. At number 12, we come to Opera Ballo, an exciting 3-year-old colt carrying the famous Godolphin Blue and trained by Charlie Appleby, whose record in international turf races needs little introduction. This Irish-bred son of Gaiath, the brilliant front-running multiple Group 1 winner, and out of Dubai Opera by Invincible Spirit, represents the fusion of raw pace and genetic class. Lightly raced with 6 starts, 4 wins, and a second, Opera Ballo has quickly risen through the ranks and stamped himself as one of the most intriguing up-and-coming contenders for the Breeders' Cup Mile. His 2025 Heron Stakes and Sir Henry Cecil Stakes victories showcased his ability to dictate terms and then quicken impressively when asked, a style reminiscent of his sire. Though he was unplaced in the Craven Stakes G3 earlier in the season, he rebounded with sharp performances that emphasized his rapid development throughout the year. Most recently, his 2nd-place finish in the Joel Stakes G2 behind Zeus Olympios confirmed he could mix it with older, battle-hardened milers at a higher level. Appleby's decision to campaign him selectively points to confidence in his upside, and the Breeders' Cup Mile looks to be the grand target all along. Importantly, as a 3-year-old, he will carry a weight allowance against older horses, a factor that has historically played a big role in mile upsets. His profile is that of a horse who may still be improving with every start, which makes him dangerous in a race where late bloomers often come alive. Sliding into number 13. We meet Rhetorical, the dark bay gelding who has rapidly gone from an under-the-radar New York bred to a Grade 1 winning Breeders' Cup Mile contender. Bred from powerful bloodlines, he is sired by Not This Time and out-of-sheet humor, a daughter of distorted humor, blending precocity and staying class. Though lightly raced, his record is stunningly efficient. 6 starts, 5 wins, and an 83.3% win rate. His career took a seismic leap forward in the 2025 Coolmore Turf Mile, where he shocked the racing world by defeating established turf stars Program Trading and Diego Velazquez. That upset not only gave him his first top-level victory, but also guaranteed his ticket to the Breeders' Cup. What makes Rhetorical so captivating is how quickly he has risen from allowance company to elite competition, collecting wins in the West Point Stakes and multiple allowance races before tackling and conquering the Grade 1 stage. His most recent Keeneland triumph showcased a horse brimming with tactical versatility, tracking the pace before finishing strongly to score with a career best speed figure of 130. The question now is whether he can sustain this level of brilliance against the deepest mile field of the year. History shows that last-out shock winners in the mile sometimes regress on championship day, but others have ridden the momentum to glory. With his combination of untapped potential, tactical adaptability, and an undefeated streak at stakes level, Rhetorical is the wildcard contender, the kind of progressive horse who could either prove a one-hit wonder or stamp himself as America's next turf star. At number 14, the spotlight turns to Stay Hot, a 4-year-old gelding whose name perfectly describes his consistent form on the West Coast circuit. Bred in the United States, he is by Summerfront out of Etsu, a daughter of Smart Strike, bringing together a pedigree that offers both speed and middle-distance endurance. His overall record reflects his reliability. 17 starts, 6 wins, 5 seconds, 2/3, and over $730,000 in earnings. Stay Hot has carved out a reputation as a dependable competitor in California's toughest turf races. His 2025 campaign has been highlighted by strong placings in high-level company, runner-up in both the John Henry Turf Championship and the Del Mar Handicap, and third in the Eddie Reed G2 behind Formidable Man. He also secured victory in the Texas Turf Classic Stakes, showing his ability to travel and perform outside his California base. However, what defines Stay Hot is also his greatest challenge. While consistently knocking on the door, he has yet to deliver a breakthrough victory at the Grade 1 level. His form suggests he is just below the very elite tier of contenders, but his ability to handle Del Mar's tight turns and firm ground, proven in multiple runs, makes him dangerous if the race shape tilts his way. Often positioned as a stalking presence, just off the leaders, Stay Hot rarely runs a poor race and will capitalize if the top names falter. At number 15, we feature a familiar face to Breeders' Cup fans. Johannes, the French-bred 5-year-old who nearly won the mile last year and returns in 2025 with unfinished business. By Nyquist out of the Congrats mare Kyathi, Johannes brings a rare mix of American dirt influence and European turf toughness to his pedigree. His record of 15 starts, 9 wins, 1 second, and 1/3 with over $1.27 million in earnings underscores both quality and consistency at the highest level. A multiple graded stakes winner, Johannes boasts victories in the Shoemaker Mile, the Eddie Reed 2, and back-to-back editions of the City of Hope Mile 2. His defining performance, however, came in the 2024 Breeders' Cup Mile at Del Mar, where he finished a gallant second behind More Than Looks, running a huge 137 speed figure. That near miss stamped him as world-class, and his 2025 return has done little to dispel that reputation. Most recently, he captured the 2025 City of Hope Mile with authority, a performance that suggests he is peaking again at the right time. While his summer trip east for the 4-Star Dave Handicap at Saratoga ended in disappointment with a 9th-place finish, the return to California circuits has reignited his form. Johannes is at his best when allowed to settle mid-pack and unleash a powerful late kick, a style perfectly suited to the Breeders' Cup Mile, if the pace is honest. The 2025 Breeders' Cup Mile is shaping up to be a true clash of class versus specialization, where international brilliance meets local tactical mastery. The balance between global champions like Soul Rush and Rosallion and regional experts such as Formidable Man will define the outcome at Del Mar. The added dimension of the 3-year-old weight advantage and the prep race paradox only deepen the intrigue. making this renewal one of the most unpredictable in recent memory. These are the expected contenders for the latest official updates. Please visit the Breeders' Cup website. Don't forget to comment your picks below, and make sure to like, subscribe, and share for more exclusive horse racing breakdowns. Thanks for watching.